Yo, Big D back with a 2023 PGA Championship recap this evening. Before I tell you about the 2023 PGA Championship, please subscribe, like, and share the Spunky Spectrum Sports YouTube page. See all my content. Oh boy, football, golf, baseball, NASCAR. It'll be a little bit of everything. Also, check out the Big D podcast for the audio listeners on Spotify and Apple. So, I don't know what it is about the PGA Championship every year, but it seems like it gets crazier and crazier. And this year was one of the craziest we've seen. Most of the big names up there, but in the end, Brooks Koepka winning his third Wanamaker today. Before I tell you about Brooks Koepka winning today, I'm just thinking, who did I pick to win the PGA Championship? Yes,
Brooks Koepka.
times 3.
Yep. Number 3, third Wanamaker for Brooks. Third New York Major Championship for Brooks.
Of course, third time's a charm for everything, right?
Hey, that's the theme of the show. Third for our show together. Third for my picks on the show. Third Wanamaker for Brooks, and the third New York Major for Brooks. Here we go.
If you heard on I believe it was Tuesday, Matt Venenzi and I both picked Brooks Koepka to win his third Wanamaker. And I mean, there were a couple reasons why Brooks Koepka did okay. First off, Brooks Koepka won 2 of his first 4 majors in the state of New York, both on par 70 layups. 2018 US Open at Shinnecock Hills and 2019 PGA at Bethpage Black. Both of them were brutal, par 70, long, difficult, narrow layups where, well, generally a scrub's not going to win there. You're going to have good players, and this course was more of a U.S. Open course than a PGA Championship like we may see next year at Valhalla. And secondly, despite being on the other tour, Brooks Koepka played really well. Won earlier this year on the Live Tour, finished second at Augusta, which told me Brooks A is healthy. B, his game's coming back, and C, we know Major Brooks is always there. So, and to be honest with you, nobody really stood out in the pack. I mean, there were a couple guys, maybe Dustin Johnson, maybe Cam Young, maybe a Victor Hovland if he could get him up and down the green, but Brooks Koepka fit this course, and I know what happened at Augusta, but Brooks Koepka was going to be there late on Sunday and making 3 straight birdies starting off his round. I know what everybody would have been thinking. This is game over, right? Well, PGA Championship's not that easy to win. Brooks hit one way right at 6, hit one in the penalty area, which is usually an automatic bogey. Got on the green and 2-putted for 5, could have been more. But he got out of that hole. Then he bogeyed 7. And then it's like, uh-oh. But Brooks made a couple key shots when he needed, key putts when he needed. And then at the turn, it seemed like Brooks Koepka became Brooks Koepka again. Birdie 10, got a bad break for tee shot 11, made 4, but then rebounded. Birdie at 12. And then birdie to par 5. Short Paul for the 14th. Actually, hit one on not just on the green, but almost over the green at 14. So 2-putted there. And then obviously everybody's going to look at the 16th hole. I'll talk about what the bad break Victor Hovland got, but not only what happened with Hovland, but Brooks Koepka didn't hit a great tee shot, but hit a great second shot in birdie, which all but ended it. I mean, bogeyed 17, but he had enough room where he could give one back and still win by a couple. But Brooks Koepka's capable of winning any golf tournament he enters. I mean, and for the last couple of years, Brooks's knee has not been able to play like other guys. You know, I mean, when Tiger Woods was in his prime, any tournament he entered, nobody could beat him. Well, it seemed like for a two-year stretch from 17 through 19, Brooks Koepka wouldn't just show up in majors, but win majors. I mean, and we have not seen that Brooks. Well, today, and this we saw the old Brooks, and today Brooks Koepka won major number 5, third one in New York on 3 different courses. How about win 3 different majors in the 3 different major events on 3 different New York courses? Shinnecock, Bethpage Black, and Oak Hill. Does that mean Brooks wants to win at Wingfoot next? But obviously everybody would be saying, well, Live Golf will win a PGA Championship. Well, it's not just a Live golfer, but one of the most noticeable. I mean, outside maybe Phil or DJ, Brooks Koepka is not just one of the guys, but a guy. I mean, how about this? Let me see if I can find this somewhere. 18 golfers have won a major since 2017. Only 4 have won more than one. Colin Morikawa, Jon Rahm, Justin Thomas, and Brooks Koepka. You know what's different about them? Rahm, JT, and Morikawa have only won 2 majors. Brooks Koepka has won 5, including 2 US Opens and 3 PGAs. Just saying. It seems like there's no dominant golfer in major golfer right now. Well, except Brooks, because he's got 5. And there were comparisons with Roy McIlroy, because both of them had won 4 fairly early in their major careers. But Roy hasn't won a major since the 2014 PGA at Valhalla, and PGA will be going there next year, so Roy might look at a little more Silverwell there, but Brooks got 5 before Roy, and Roy's been chasing 5 forever, seemingly. So we'll see if Roy gets 5. So obviously Brooks winning, but how about the guys finishing 2 shots back? Victor Hovland. I think Victor Hovland actually played really well, except for a bad break at 16. But Victor Hovland has been one of the most consistent golfers recently. Came into the day 1 shot back, birdie at 4, birdie at 5, bogey at 7, and then birdie 13 and 14, 2 holes he needed to. It looked like Hovland was going to give Brooks all he could want, and then obviously 16th hole is where Hovland's quest for Wanamaker ended, where he got a terrible break with that ball. Basically, the bunker couldn't try to get out of that area, caught the lip, and which ended up basically embedding into the rough. Had a drop. They're lucky to get out the fairway, but ended up making 6, and his quest for major number 1 ended right there. But Victor Hovland's played so well on his last 3 majors, in contention at the Open last summer. Played really well in Augusta and really well here. I think Victor Hovland may be the next young guy capable of winning a major. I mean, everybody's saying Patrick Cantlay, Xander Schauffele, Tony Finau. Victor Hovland might be better than all 3 of them, and has proven he can win on different kinds of golf courses. He can win at a birdie fest like St. Andrews. He can win at a traditional layout like Augusta, and he can win on a brutally difficult, narrow course like Oak Hill. So potentially you look at, even the U.S. Open, but I look at the Open Championship as the course where Victor Hovland, if not one of the favorites, could be the favorite at getting his first major. And then Scotty Scheffler. I mean, goodness sake, what is this? 12 or 13 straight events he's finished in the top 12. Scotty Scheffler's going to win another major. You don't ball strike like he's done the last 15 months without winning more than one major. Scotty Scheffler's going to win a major. I feel like, well, how great Scheffler has ball striking was, his putting, or maybe lack of consistent putting, has hurt him in a couple of events. Because it seems like every week Scotty Scheffler's ball striking, but is not putting well. You imagine what would happen if Scotty Scheffler finished like top 3 in putting. He'd win a tournament by 5 shots because nobody can ball strike like he can. But I feel like Scotty Scheffler is capable of winning anyway. He's gotten, 3 top 2 finishes in his last 6 major starts. 1 Augusta in 2022, T2 at the US Open, T2 at the PGA. We're going to a course where it was part of the 2017 Walker Cup squad with the Americans. Finished second on the Gil Hanse US Open course designed last year. And also he just got back the number 1 player in the world. So Scheffler's got many reasons to play well in Hollywood. So, and then how about, let me see. How about Michael Block this week? A PGA Tour professional, not just making the cut, but playing but acing the par 315. You know, aces in majors might be more common in Augusta because of his traditional par 3 16th layout. But how about acing a par 3 in a PGA Championship? And not just by anybody, but a PGA Tour professional. I mean, Michael Block seemingly became the Tiger Woods in terms of fan support. I mean, it seemed like the crowd got a real fascination with this fellow from California, and Block became the biggest star of this tournament. I mean, it didn't matter who you were. I mean, when he made that ace at the par 315, Roy was even congratulating him, and you could tell the last couple holes Block knew what he was doing, because top 15 and ties earn exemptions in the next year's PGA at Valhalla, and Block knew he needed a par at 17 and a par at 18. Difficult par at 17. And then if anybody saw his second shot, he hit way left of the flag and hit an unbelievable third shot. And then you knew when he was hit that third shot, thought it was like, can he make like a 6, 7, 8 foot putt? It was going to be a 6, 7, 8 foot putt. Well, he made the putt and got himself a ticket in the next year's PGA Championship. So congratulations, Mr. Block. We will see you at Valhalla next year. And it would be fitting if he were paired with Rory McIlroy again, because those two would be a whole lot of fun again. And speaking of Roy, again, good, bad, and ugly for Roy. I mean, more good the last couple of days, but I don't know whether Roy can put it together for 4 straight rounds. Seems like there's always one round where Roy puts himself behind the 8 ball. And even today, there were good shots, there were bad shots, there were ugly shots, and it's just Roy cannot put it together for 4 straight days. And if Roy's going to beat Brooks Kopeka, Jon Rahm, Scotty Scheffler in a major, he's got to have it for all 4 days. He can't have it for 1 or 2 or 3, but 4 days. He did it to win a US Open, an Open, a couple of PGAs. He's going to need it back, because otherwise Roy McIlroy is going to be stuck on 4 majors, because these guys are all getting younger, they're getting better, and I feel like Roy will need something extra to win. So congratulations, Brooks Kopeka, on winning your 3rd PGA 5th major overall. Congratulations to my friend Matt for his fourth major win in the last 5. And how about the Big D with JT at last year's PGA, John Rahm at Augusta, and Brooksy at this year's PGA. I like this one and done strategy. We will see you later.